Excellent. So thank you very much, Zdeněk, and hello to everyone. My name is Michal Pavlik. I'm the head of automation at NEOOPS, and today I will be presenting a tool which is called Robolytix. Just a bit of story. About a year ago, we were approached by this company who is focusing on RPA, RPA analytics tools, whose tool I will be presenting. Okay. Just give me a sec. Okay, so basically, what is Robolytix and how it works? As Zdeněk mentions, at the moment, most of you have been using the Utilization dashboards, which gives you some insight about how your robots are doing, what is the status current of your RPA ecosystem. But there was a tool missing, which would basically be accessible online, and that's exactly what Robolytix is offering. So Robolytix is an online management tool for measuring, analyzing, monitoring, and reporting your company processes. What's the biggest advantage is that it provides a real-time information about the processes in sort of dashboards, charts, and reports. The way it works, and I will show you a bit later, is that the measurement takes place by using something which is called Sonar. And that is actually a checkpoint that is being placed anywhere in your process where you want something to be measured. So going back to this slide, sorry, going forward to this slide. So as I mentioned, so basically Sonar is the most important thing in this Robolytix online solutions, and that is simply like a measuring checkpoint, which can be placed in any sort of a place in your process, and that is communicating with the online interface. That will later on show you the results displayed in the form of like a charts, reports, and so on. This Sonar can send to this Robolytix online tool up to 20 variables, which can then be measured. And the data which is sent from Sonars to the Robolytix interface is basically can be also used to be published into BI tools like Tableau, Power BI, and so on. Okay, so what exactly can you measure by using Robolytix? You will get measurements like basic KPIs, which means you can basically display number of completed, running, and lost runs. You can get some financial and operational KPIs, success rate, basically the same stuff you would get from other tools. You can also, one of the outcomes is also like the financial analysis. It gives you like an overview of the time and money saved. You can also display like a return of investment per each process. It gives you a possibility to really real-time monitor your processes by either displaying notifications on your mobile phone, or you can also get a notification in your email. The tool also is capable of visualization of your process flow, and I will show you in the actual interface itself. You can actually display the process diagram, which is generated based on the actual operation of the process request application. And since Robolytix is a company who is constantly improving their product, there will be a new feature introduced in November 2020, which will be a drill down approach to individual like runs and stuff. So as I was mentioning before, these are the outcomes. So as I said, so basically basic KPIs, you can measure the number of completed and lost runs, number of operation, you can get some main financial results, durations of processes, and more. This picture, which you see, is like what you will see in the interface, which I will show you a bit later. and everything can be exported to Excel file, CSV for further processing. The second outcome, as I mentioned, is the financial analysis. This is basically what you will see when you switch to this module, where you can actually see the graph like that. This will give you information about the costs, about the human saved, labor, saved FTEs, and return of investment process. On the next slide, we will see how the actual return of investment graph looks like. You can see there is a basically break-even point, and this is basically displayed process. The next outcome, as I mentioned before, is the actual utilization and save time. Here, just these are examples. So here you can measure the process, the durations, human labor, time saving, robot utilizations, all the stuff, everything basically which you are interested to see and to measure. As I mentioned before, the mobile notifications. What is important to mention, you can get a mobile notification or email notification based on some thresholds. So there is a lot of configuration within the tool where you can say, so for instance, if some threshold has been reached, please send a notification to specific people or display a notification on your mobile phone. The applications are available for for iOS and Android phones. And on the next slide, you can see some, you can see a graph which gives you like a process duration analysis. So how many times the process ran, what was the minimum, maximum, and average duration of the process. Okay, and the process diagram, which is basically generated from the Sonar, which I was mentioning before. This is not the actual process diagram. This is just the diagram of the checkpoints which are placed within your process. The next slide is another dashboard which gives you like insights on the actual process visualization flow. We can take a look at it in the next slides, where I will be showing you what exactly can be displayed in the Robolytix tool. The tool comes with a reporting engines, which means you can set reports to be generated and sent to specific people for specific periods. You can get the overall report of completed, running, and lost runs. You can get the success rate, financial reports. The example of what the report can look like is something like that, right? It's highly configurable within the tool itself. And when it comes to the implementation, so there are 5 steps how to start using Robolytix. And the first step is that you create accounts in robolytix.com. Then you will have to connect your Blue Prism through API with the tool itself. For each process you want to measure, you need to do some setting up, for instance, like the reports and what exactly you are going to be measuring. Once this is done, we need to place the sonars in the actual Blue Prism code. It is not difficult because everything comes as a Blue Prism release, so there is no need for modification of your like a process design. So I will show you in the next slide how this is done. And then once this is all done, you can start measuring your processes. This is an example of what the configuration within Blue Prism looks like. As you can see on the right-hand side picture, I have placed 3 sonars, so which actually are nothing else but just like a Blue Prism objects, which you will specify the parameters. And this data will be sent and published in the actual Robolytix online tool. So it's fairly easy. It doesn't require any coding. You just take the package, you put it into Blue Prism, and you place these objects, these sonars, on the locations where you want to start measuring something. And as I said at the beginning, it provides a real-time overview of the measuring of your robot. So the moment the process starts and you go across this sonar, the data is sent to the interface immediately, and you can display it on the actual web interface. So there are three types of sonars. One is that where you start measuring something, then there is a continuous sonar, and there is a finishing sonar. Regarding the pricing, this is quite interesting because most of you have at least 5, 10, 20 processes. But the thing is that since this company is having like 4 packages, for anyone who would like to start trying or measuring your processes and doing some analytics, you can go for a free account, which allows you to measure up to 5 processes. There are obviously other packages like basic account, company account, and enterprise account, where the difference is the number of processes you can measure. But for anyone who is interested to basically to see what this tool is capable of, you can go for a free account and try to implement with either the helps from the guys from Robolytix, or you can obviously reach out to me to give you more information, to provide a demo or show you what exactly the Robolytix is capable of and how to easily implement it in your RPA solution. One thing to mention, this is not just all about Blue Prism. The Robolytix is capable also to support other RPA solutions like UiPath, Automation Anywhere. So it's like a generic reporting and analytics tool. And now let me show you an example of what actually it looks like. So once you have created your account in Robolytix, you will get to a dashboard which will provide you with the information, for instance, like the financial reporting. So this will display savings and profits against cost and some financial results per actual period. Then on the left-hand side, you can actually group your processes by, for instance, department. So if you have an HR department, you could group 2 processes into this HR department, and this reporting will give you information about the financial, like the savings and costs for the whole group, which means 2 processes at one time. You can obviously display the reporting for individual processes. So we have a 2, 3.
I'm sorry, I have to jump into it because we have just half an hour till the end.
Half an hour.
Yeah, okay. I need it for my part.
Okay.
It was excellent presentation. I still would ask you one question which resonated from the audience, and that is the Robolytix is only on cloud solution, or is there on-premise?
Yes. No. This is basically, this solution is I would say like a cloud-based. So there is a Robolytix engine somewhere, which is basically this Robolytix website. That is the only interface which can provide you the information about the processes and the robots. The data being sent from the robots are just only the timestamps and the information that is going to be displayed in this tool. So I don't think there is any on-premise solution. It's all web-based.
All right. Thank you very much, Misho, for an excellent introduction to Robolytix tool.